Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we decode the complex world of corporate filing so you don't have to. And sometimes those filings reveal secrets sweeter than honey or more bitter than a lemon. Today we are looking at FirstEnergy Corp, a company that seems to be refreshing its executive compensation and severance packages like a spring cleaning. FirstEnergy Corp is making some significant changes behind the scenes to how its top brass are treated when it comes to leaving the company or during a major takeover. So what does this filing actually tell us? Well, on the 23rd of September, the board of directors, along with their compensation committee, decided to update a couple of important plans. One is the executive severance benefits plan, and the other is the change in control severance plan. These changes are set to take effect the 1st of January of 2026. So yes, they are planning ahead and are also updating the agreement for how restricted stock units, those are like company stock promises, will be handled too. Essentially, they are bringing their executive payout and severance packages more in line with what other big companies are doing. That means if a top executive leaves or if the company is bought, they will have a set package of benefits. This is common practice for large corporations to ensure they can attract and retain top talent, even through uncertain times. The key players here, the CEO, Chief Financial Officer, and other top officers will be participating in these updated plans and will receive new stock awards in the future. Let's break down the executive severance plan. FirstEnergy is making some big shifts here. Previously, if an executive was let go for reasons like a facility closing or a workforce reduction, they would get 3 weeks of salary for every year worked with a minimum of a year's pay and a maximum of 2 years' pay. But now this plan is being expanded to include the CEO, who wasn't even in the old plan for the CEO and other top officers. The severance package is changing significantly. They will now get 1.5 times their base salary. That is a substantial increase compared to the old system, which was based on years of service. So if you are the CEO, you are getting a bigger immediate payout. For other senior leaders like presidents and vice presidents, the severance will be 1 times their base salary. And for director level employees, the old service-based formula will still apply, meaning 3 weeks of salary per year of service capped at their annual salary. Another interesting perk being added is that if an executive leaves and elects to continue their health and dental insurance through COBRA, the company will cover part of those premiums for up to 18 months. This is a pretty generous benefit designed to ease the transition for these executives. Of course, all of these benefits are tied to the executive signing a release agreement. This means acknowledging they are leaving voluntarily or under agreed terms and giving up their right to sue the company. Now onto the change in control plan. This plan kicks in if there is a takeover of FirstEnergy and an executive is terminated without cause or resigns for good reason within 24 months after that takeover. Before the update, all executives under this plan received the same generous package. This included 2 times their base salary plus their target bonus for the short-term incentive program. That means if they hit their goals, they would likely get paid out for those too. They also got 2 years of continued health coverage and up to $30,000 for outplacement services. The big change here is for the CEO. Their cash severance package in a change of control situation is increasing from 2 times their base salary and target bonus to nearly 3 times. That amount 2.99 times to be exact. This is a significant bump up for the top executive if the company is acquired. They also clarified the definition of what constitutes a change in control to make sure it aligns with their 2020 incentive compensation plan. This just makes things smoother and less ambiguous if a takeover is on the horizon. Also previously, the board had to review the plan every year to decide if they wanted to extend it. Now it will just automatically renew each year unless the board decides to end it. Finally, let's talk about the stock awards. The company is also updating its restricted stock unit or RSU agreements. These are basically promises of company stock that vest over time or based on performance. For these time-based RSUs, if a change of control happens, all the unvested units will immediately become vested unless they are replaced with a similar award under the new company. Think of it as acceleration of those stock grants. For performance-based RSUs in a change of control situation, they will vest at the target level of performance again unless replaced by a comparable award. This is a way to ensure executives still benefit from their potential stock grants, even if the company's ownership changes. So after reviewing all this, what is the big picture? FirstEnergy is clearly focused on making sure its executive compensation structure is competitive and aligned with industry standards, especially when it comes to major events like changes in leadership or company takeovers. The increase in severance for the CEO and top officers, especially in change of control scenarios, suggests a strong emphasis on retaining leadership through potentially turbulent times, or perhaps a recognition that these individuals carry significant responsibility. The extended COBRA coverage is also a notable perk, providing a longer safety net for executives transitioning out of the company. The synchronization of definitions across different plans also points to a desire for clarity and operational efficiency. From an investor's perspective, these changes are generally designed to incentivize and retain key personnel, which can be positive for long-term company strategy. However, the increased payouts in the event of a change of control might also be seen as a form of golden parachute, which could be viewed critically by some shareholders if not clearly justified by exceptional performance or market conditions. The plan automatically renewing also removes the need for annual board review, streamlining the process, but also diminishing direct oversight on a year-to-year basis unless action is taken to alter it. Overall, FirstEnergy is modernizing its executive compensation and severance packages to align with best practices and likely to ensure stability at the top. While these changes are standard corporate governance, it is the specifics like the nearly threefold increase in CEO change and control cash severance that really stand out, showcasing a significant shift in how the company values its top leader in extraordinary circumstances. Alright, that is our breakdown of FirstEnergy's latest filing. What is your take on these executive compensation changes, and what do they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.